Coming up on the RMAC Showcase, the Adams State men's and women's cross-country teams have won a combined 26 Division II national championships. We'll check in on the newest edition of those squads. Plus, the Grizzlies have a new president in town. We'll sit down with her. Second-year head football coach Tim Rosenbaugh has been around the football block. But do his kids really know his accomplishments? And one volleyball player is leading her team both on and off the court. That's all ahead on the RMAC Showcase. Welcome to the RMAC Showcase from Alamosa, Colorado. Adams State joined the RMAC back in 1956 when it was known as the Rocky Mountain Faculty Athletic Conference, and they've been a member ever since. I'm Jason Carter. Situated at just over 7,500 feet, it can be hard to breathe sometimes in Alamosa, but when it comes to distance running, there may not be many places in the world that offer the advantages of Alamosa. Head cross-country coach Damon Martin has taken full advantage of that as he has led his team to a combined 26 national titles between the men's and women's squads here at ASU. Now, the 2016 edition of the Grizzlies hosted the 23rd annual Joe I. Vigil Invitational. Dustin Lamar from the Adams State Athletic Department wraps up the season opening meet.
I just went out with my teammates like we were supposed to. We were supposed to stay in like a big group towards the first part of the race, and I just felt really good, so I just took it, and then I could hear like the crowd cheering for my teammates behind me, and it just like helped me keep going. It was like motivation to keep going, and then I finished and I saw Grace, my roommate, finish behind me, and it felt so good, and then just a bunch of Adams people finishing over and over again, so it's a good start. We want to defend our national title. We want to work good as a team and just become the closest team we can, and I think we can do it if we do that. So just encourage each other every day and just make a lifestyle out of it.
Thank you again to Dustin Lamar from the ASU Athletic Department for supplying those highlights with us. It looks like the Grizzlies are well on their way to being top contenders at the National Cross Country Meet once again later this year. Moving on to the gridiron, entering his second season at the helm of the ASU football program, Tim Rosenbaugh has made some changes both on the field and off it. But do his players really know anything about the former NFL football flinging quarterback? The name Tim Rosenbaugh carries some weight around Alamosa these days. The former college All-American and NFL quarterback has changed the atmosphere around the Grizzlies program.
He wanted to make sure that everybody was involved because, Alamosa being in the valley, it's very home-oriented. So when you get the public and the community involved, it just boosts your morale.
But before Rosenbaugh showed up on campus, what did his players know about him?
No, I didn't know who he was. At first I'm thinking to myself, who's this guy?
Obviously, like every one of us, we'd get home, Google his name, and see what this guy's all about. And then you see that he's in the, the Heisman running with Barry Sanders and stuff. And it's like, okay, he knows what he's talking about. It's time to, strap down and listen to the guy.
I had to stick around and see what he was about, and how he ran some things before trying to decide what I wanted to do as a student athlete. And once I met him, it was over. So I decided to stay.
So the guys in green and white know exactly who he is. But what about on the recruiting trail? Does the time in the league help out?
More so in recruiting Arizona, a lot of old Arizona Cardinal fans, and they come up on a recruiting visit, parents will come into my office and start rattling off stats and games, and I remember this and I remember that, and I'm like, holy smokes, they actually do remember me. So it was kind of fun.
Now when we come back, we'll meet one of the ASU football captains and get his unusual story about how he made it to the gridiron in Alamosa, plus a volleyball player who takes the term student athlete to heart. That and more when we come back on the RMAC Showcase.